Hello everyone, today we're going to be making chicken Sprite in oyster sauce. So you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a whole chicken, or you can use, I guess, little tender strips, probably even breast meat, but we're going to use a whole chicken for this one. You're going to need soy sauce, which is about 2 tablespoons. You're going to need oyster sauce, which we're going to use 5 tablespoons. You're going to need olive oil, which we're going to use 3 tablespoons. Then you're going to need 2 cups of Sprite. Don't look that I have 7-Up here. This is actually Sprite in there. You can actually use 7-Up or Sierra Mist if you want, but we're going to use Sprite with this. You're going to need 1 onion for this, and you're going to need 3 cloves of garlic and some green onions. And we're going to be making a separate dish too, because I'm going to be extra hungry with this. We're going to be baking this oven up like they used to do back in 1808, and we're gonna see how that is. So actually, while we're just waiting, we're just gonna take this, set your oven to about 350 or so, like how you're gonna bake a potato. I'll show you a different way we can bake a potato later using an onion, but for right now we're gonna put it in 350 for about 40 minutes or so, 30, 35, maybe even 40. We'll come back to that. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is get all our garlic and our onion chopped up, so we'll go to the video for how to do the onion. Big ups Maxwell for the video. Alright, with the garlic and the onion cut up, we want to take our olive oil or any cooking oil you're going to use. We want to get that started to heat up a little bit. We want to heat this up to about medium. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take the chicken, we're going to cook it in here for a little bit on medium for about 3 minutes each side, so we get a nice crispy skin. So when this heats up, we'll put the chicken in it. Now with our oil heated up, we're going to take our whole chicken, we're going to put it right in here. Woo. Scared myself a little bit, don't know why. Now it's going to splatter quite a bit, so what we can do is take our lid, put it just a little under halfway over it. We want to have just a little steam hole on one side. That way if it splatters outwards, it won't splatter on top of us. But we're going to keep this in here for about 3 minutes, then we're going to take it and we're going to flip it over. Alright, it's been about 3 minutes. Obviously you can hear it fucking sizzling good. We're going to take it and we're going to flip it. Just use your tongs and just be careful. Fucking thing. Oh yeah, look at that nice skin on there. Ooh, that's looking good. We're going to put our cover back a little ways on it. We're going to do this for another 3 minutes. Alright, the other side should be good. We're going to take our lid off of here. I'm just going to move it real quick to the left and leave my burners on because we're still going to use all the oil. And I'm going to take it out and we're going to put it on a plate. We're going to put it back in here in a little bit. Just make sure when you're doing this, just be careful. I got a fucking 4-pounder, so just want to be careful with that. Alright, put this back on the flame here. Now, the first thing you want to do is keep it on the medium flame. We're going to toast our garlic in here just a little bit. We want our garlic to get a nice slightly brown color. Mix it around here with the oil. Once it starts turning just a slight nice brown, we're going to put the onions in it. Once you can even start smelling the garlic, which I can smell it now, so I'm going to put in our onions. Put these right in here. Now you can obviously do it the other way. You can put in the onions first, brown them up a little bit. But the guy I'm following the recipe from, God bless his heart, I cannot pronounce Filipino names at all, likes to do his garlic first. Now once the onion gets a little brown, we're going to then add in our soda. So we'll wait for this to get a little bit brown here. You can see all the oil's getting soaked out by the onion, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, I sort of lied. You see how the garlic's starting to get a little nice and brown, and then the onion is starting to get like soft? That's actually where we want to be. So now that we got it looking like this, and it smells good too, we want to put in our soda first. Let's put this right in here. There we go. We'll give it a little mix here. And we want to turn this up because we're going to start boiling this. Now we want to get in our soy sauce. And we want to get in our oyster sauce. As much out of here as I can. There we go. Stir this nice together. Can you believe it? I'm using a wooden spoon to actually stir this together. Alright, we're going to put our lid on this here, and we want this to come up to a boil. When we put the lid on it, it should come up to a boil a little bit faster. Then I'll be back. Alright, that didn't take long. We're boiling back up again. Stir it around here. Now what we want to do is we want to get our chicken right in here. So let me go grab it. Get my tongs. Shove it up the ass here. Put our chicken right in here. And then we want to take a spoon. I'm just going to set this over here for right now. I want to take a spoon and baste our chicken a little bit. Just take some from anywhere you can. Move it over a little bit. We can get the nice onion and garlic flavor right on the top. I'm going to baste it really good. Then we're going to cook this until the sauce reduces by half. So I'm even going to cook it for a little bit. So we'll come back. Now while we're waiting for this, let's go to the second part of the onion cutting video. Milk comes from a jug in my country, not from a bag.
You can see we're tactfully doing this in the bathroom because I'm probably gonna need it. Am I doing whiskey right before this milkshake? Cheers, bud. Oh God. Oh fuck, that's a lot of flavor. Just had to pull the cookies out of the oven. I gotta finish this though. I will not vomit. I'm stronger than the milkshake. I've had a shot of whiskey. There's rum in this. It's not actually that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, I wouldn't make this again, but it's not unpalatable.
Fuck you, Maxwell. I'm gonna demod him when I get home, but you can just taste the onion. Alright, it's starting to look like our sauce is reduced by half here, so I'm gonna put the lid up here real quick. Now what we want to do is take 2 of these bamboo spoons and we want to flip it over. Just be very careful when you do flip it. There we go. Take our spoon and try and base it. We'll move it over here. Get that spoon instead, that'll probably work easier. There we go, looking good. Now we want to continue cooking this, just a little bit, until our sauce is nice and thick. Then once it's thick, then we will know we're done. So keep cooking this uncovered for right now. There's a little spot I haven't basted. There we go. Get a little bit more baste right there. Oh, it looks good. It smells pretty good too. Now while we're waiting for that, we can obviously shred up our green onions here. Just gonna do a little bit at a time. Try not to use a really dull knife. If you have to, not a big deal. About my onions, so we gotta check on those. Yeah. Take this out. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. We're gonna put this back here to rest. Some of the shit out of the way. There goes. Put it on here. We're gonna let that rest. Now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cook it. So you know how Townsends says you cook these maybe you cook these like a potato? Well, you know how I cook a potato? Right in the microwave. About, I don't know, 7 minutes. Oh, I got time. Oh, that's time defrost. I got time cook this. We'll see if it tastes just as good as a potato out of the microwave. So it looks like our sauce is starting to get real thick here, so we're gonna take it out. Use these. Hopefully don't drop it on my way over there. Put it right there. Get this shit off. Now my sauce is a little more burnt to the pan than actually thick, but that should be alright. What the fuck was that? I think that was the microwave. But this should be alright still. Take a little bit of it. We'll take it over here. Just base this right on top of here. Try not to get the burnt shit, I guess. Which I guess there's a lot more burnt shit to begin with. And then that's it. That's our oyster fried. Our can't talk. That's our Sprite chicken with oyster sauce. There we go. That's about as much as I'm gonna get out of there. Alright, I admit it, I burnt the skin a little bit, and that's okay though. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna pull off some of the skin here. I'm gonna kind of cheat, pretend like I never burnt it. Don't tell anybody who just looks at the thumbnail. Take that little bit of brown shit. It might even be the oyster sauce itself. There, that looks good. Then we're just gonna top it with some of these scallions. And then that's it. That's our chicken. I took the green onions off. I don't think it got done all the way. I mean, this looks alright right in here. You can see, like, right in here, it's still quite pink in here. It's definitely not quite cooked all the way. So I'm going to slap it back in the oven for a little bit. Because my pot is just... the pot's just done. It's like sludge in there. So I'm going to pop in the oven for a little bit. And finish cooking it that way. We'll just put it on here. Just baste it like this. So if you're going to do this recipe, there are several other ways to do it. You can use a... you can simmer for an hour instead. Or you can do like what I was doing. He used a smaller chicken probably than I did. But I'm going to put this in the oven just for a little bit. And hopefully finish cooking it all the way. So while I'm waiting for that to finish up, we got our little dessert here, which I'll try in a second. We have our oven baked onion, and then we have our microwave baked oven. This one looks really good. So I think the best way he found was just to just kind of cut somewhere and get that skin right off, and then just kind of pull it out of the skin. We'll just got the dullest knife to do this with. Hopefully I can just open some of this. Yeah, that should be good. I'm just gonna rip some of this open here. I'll try and just dump it out of the skin. Now it's been resting for about like 10 minutes or so it should be good. There. And we'll try something a little bit better with this one. Okay, I'm not gonna fuck with that one anymore. It's don't microwave an onion. It doesn't look so great. We're going to put a little bit of salt on this one. Put a little salt on the plate too. Alright, so let's try the onion. Get the bottom part, try not to get that shell. Oop, I dropped it. Not as good as when you boil the onion, like we did for Jean-Pierre, one of the two, Jean-Pierre. It's onion bowls, but it's actually really good. I probably could have went ever so slightly longer because it's still a little crunchy, but it's actually nice and sweet still. Really good. As long as I don't get the top there. Alright, so it took me for fucking ever to get this cooked in the oven, but I got it nice and cooked here. So what I'm going to do is put it on a bed of this rice here, And I made a little bit of extra of the oyster sauce, so I'm actually going to put a little bit more right on top there. And we're going to try it out. A little bit. There we go. That nice big chunk right here too. Now you can see that my wingtips burned a little bit. That's all right. And the ends of the drumsticks kind of burnt too, but that's okay. That's not a huge deal. Actually, I'll take the drumstick right off. It smells pretty good though. It smells like chicken. You can't really smell Sprite or anything. You can smell the oyster sauce and the soy sauce a little bit. And it's nice and fucking juicy, I'll tell you what. But the extra juice in the bottom of this is, like I said, I made a little bit extra of that, and I put some on it while it was baking. Technically, since this is a Filipino recipe, it's not really, they don't bake it per se. But, yeah, let me put a little bit on here. I'm just going to put a splash more on the top of this. There, a little bit more. There we go. We'll put a couple of our green onions on the top of it. And then I guess I'll put some on top of the chicken. I'll take a picture like that. And I'll even put a little bit more sauce on the top of it for later. I know there's already a fuck ton in there, but I am fucking starving. Alright, so let me take my retard gear off and I'll give it a try. Alright, since I've been waiting so long, I'm actually opening up the 7-Up cup. And I've been drinking out of that even though I have a whole thing of Sprite here. Let's see how this is. Let's get a piece with the skin here. Like I said, there's not much of a smell from it. You can smell the oyster sauce a little bit. But with the taste, give me a second. The taste is nice and moist. It's quite sweet. I don't know if I taste much sour. It's nice and sweet though. Not overpowering sweet either. It's actually really good. Just the one thing that sucks is I would probably do the other recipe, that instead of boiling the chicken, you get it up to a boil and then simmer it for like an hour and a half. But I guess with the size of my chicken, which was like 4 pounds, something like that, I probably would have had to simmer it longer, and it probably would have wrecked my pan just like this did anyway. But yeah, this was actually really good. If I went out to a Filipino restaurant and they had this, I'd get this no problem. I'd probably use, instead of a whole chicken, use like chicken breast or like small tenderloins. Not tenderloins, but like chicken tenders or something. I think it'd be even better. Well, yeah, this is actually really good. This is going to definitely be my dinner tonight.